A man is facing assault charges after stabbing a man allegedly during a wedding in Raymond. It happened on Saturday night at Kingsley Campground in Raymond. Cumberland County Sheriff's deputies say Andrew Manderson stabbed Donald Helsing in the chest during the wedding reception. Officials say it appeared to be unprovoked. Helsing was taken to Maine Medical Center. He is expected to be okay. Manderson was taken to the Cumberland County Jail.
3 people are in the hospital with serious injuries after a crash in Brunswick. Police say yesterday morning a vehicle went off Route 1, hit the cable barrier and rolled. 2 people were thrown out of the car. The investigation is ongoing, but officials say early findings indicate alcohol was involved.
Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire at a restaurant yesterday in Sebago. Officials with the Sebago Fire Department say the fire destroyed a shed behind Sportsman's Kitchen and Keg. Then it spread into the woods and threatened another section of the restaurant, but crews say they were able to stop it before it got inside that part of the building. Over the weekend, members of one community in southern Maine came together to raise donations for those impacted by the fire and explosion in Searsmont 2 weeks ago.
They did it as they honored a beloved first responder who passed away last year. CENTER Maine's Drew Peters reports.
He meant everything. We were together almost 25 years.
There are few words that Nancy Gannon Bond says could describe her husband, Jim.
He was a larger-than-life presence.
A presence there when you needed a laugh.
We had a blast.
Or when your life was on the line.
The call come off in the middle of the night, 3 in the morning. My husband would get up and go to places unknown, and he'd be the first one on scene going to the fire.
Hundreds of calls that Jim would answer during his 41 years as an Acton volunteer firefighter.
Jimmy was the guy you would follow into a burning building.
For 21 of those years, Mike Conway was right by Jim's side.
He had the ability to just see the world through other people's eyes. And if they were hurting, he wanted to be able to get in there and help them.
A legacy of service his loved ones are hoping to carry on after his battle with cancer.
When my husband passed away on Christmas Day, my house was full of volunteers. And I am so blessed to be able to help with this and give back.
A memorial honoring Jim and giving back to fellow first responders who answered the call to the deadly fire and explosion at Robbins Lumber in Searsmont.
They lost that young volunteer firefighter, and there are several people still suffering in hospitals with severe burns. That this is exactly what Jimmy would have wanted. Friends
and family piling in more than $5,000 in donations and sharing a toast at Jim's favorite bar.
A great friend and an incredible fireman.
Just like he would have wanted.
If this happened to be somebody else, Jim would have been the first guy here. You know, it was a giver.
A giver to his community and his family.
It makes me feel like I'm doing something to help Jimmy and live on with what he would want to do.
In Acton, Drew Peters, CENTER Maine.
And people will continue to remember Andrew Cross, who died fighting the fire at Robbins Lumber at the Town of Searsmont Memorial Day parade this morning. Town officials say they nearly canceled the parade, but decided to still have it after an outpouring of support and requests from the community. Unlike previous years, there will be no distribution of candy or promotional merchandise. The parade will start at 9 a.m. Officials also say they expect a bigger turnout than past years and advise people to plan extra time for travel and expect road closures and delays. With rain expected to continue, they recommend bringing an umbrella as well.